This is the morning swim show for Tuesday, September 20th, 2011. I'm Jeff Cummings, and on today's show in the Finis Monitor, we'll talk with Whitney Myers. Whitney is getting ready to travel to Mexico in a few weeks for the Pan American Games, where she'll swim the 200 IM. And Whitney joins us right now from Corona del Mar, California. Hi, Whitney. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Good, Jeff. Thank you for having me.
Well, before we talk about swimming, congratulations on your wedding. As most people may have known by now, you married your longtime boyfriend, Simon Burnett. And I think I speak for many viewers when I say it was a long time coming.
Yes, it was. We started dating my sophomore year of college, so I think it's been 7 years now. But we're both really excited about it.
And you live in Southern California while Simon is still in Tucson. I can't imagine it's easy being newlyweds and being so far apart.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, but we're both kind of doing what we need to do to try to accomplish our goals. And this is our last year of swimming for both of us, so if that meant just being apart for the first year of marriage, that was something we were willing to do.
You had a very busy August. Besides getting married, you swam at U.S. Nationals, where you qualified for the Pan American Games team. This is your first international team, I believe, since the 2007 Worlds, correct?
Correct. I know.
How does it feel to be representing the United States again?
I'm really, really excited. I've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs in my career, more downs in the past few years. So I think this is a great step in the right direction. It'll be awesome to represent the U.S. again, and I think it'll be a really great meet.
Well, you talked about a lot of the ups and downs that you had. How did you get through a lot of those down parts in your career to kind of keep focused?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's been really hard to put so much time and effort and work into it and not see results that I was used to seeing. But I think the biggest thing I've done is obviously keep my head up, but just keep trying new things and crossing things off the list. Like the whole less is more philosophy I thought would work, and it didn't quite work. So going back to the old school of maybe putting a little bit more time and energy, spit in the water, and hopefully I'll see it pay off again.
So there have been a few adjustments in the coaching staff there at Fullerton. How has your training evolved with all that transition?
Yeah, I mean, not only have I had 2 or 3 different coaches in the past year and a half since I've been in California, but their coaching and style and philosophy about swimming are both very different. Sean Hutcherson, who I moved out to California to swim for, is more like technique and kind of has a new style of coaching and training, that less is more type mindset, whereas now I'm training with John Urbanchek and Alex Braunfeld, and they're a little bit more old school, and the yardage is definitely getting bumped back up, and it's just an adjustment that I've had to make, and I'm just really trying to buy into whatever program the coach that I'm working under is trying to make me work with.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you said you work with John Urbanchek, he is definitely not a less is more type of coach.
No, he is not.
So who do you train with regularly out there?
We have kind of 2 groups, more of like a freestyle group, and that would be kind of like more distance and open water swimmers. And then we have kind of an IM and stroke group. And in that group is Katie Hoff and Robert Margalis and Tyler Clary. And then Ed Moses recently joined our team in the past few weeks. And so we have a pretty good IM group going.
Now, as someone who specializes in the IM, the 200 IM is your best event, do you work on every stroke or every day, or will you go a couple of days without, say, doing any breaststroke at all?
Yeah, breaststroke is definitely my weakest stroke, so I try to at least get some breaststroke in every day because I need to improve it still. But there are some days where I'll just do a freestyle set instead. And just really work on my aerobic endurance. So yeah, I guess mostly medley work, but obviously not forgetting to work on my strengths as well, like freestyle and butterfly.
Now that 2:10:11 that you swam at Pan Pacs in 2006 still stands out to me as one of those jaw-dropping swims that I'll never forget. Do you feel that you have another 2:10 in you, which obviously is what it's going to take to make the Olympic team in the 200 AM?
Yeah, I think, that's one thing that has really kept me going since 2006, since I went that time. I really believe that, like, swims are not flukes. Like, I have the same body, I'm the same person. Why can't I go 2:10 or faster? There's, in my mind, just no reason. I'm just trying to learn what the best way to train my body is now that I'm 5 years older than I was in 2006. And it's really great that that was such an outstanding swim and that it actually is still competitive, even though it was put up a few years ago.
I would imagine Pan Am's in a few weeks is going to be a good test to see how the training is going. Are you going to be fully tapered for the meet?
Well, I was on my honeymoon when I got the email saying that I was invited to join the meet. So I had a bit of a break after nationals, probably like 2 weeks off, and that only left about 8 to 10 weeks to get some good training in. So not much time to really get broken down and build back up for a taper. But yes, I'll be fully tapered, even though we'll probably only need a few days rest, whereas I would rest more for a full season.
I know that you also do the 100 fly. Besides 100 fly 200 IM, are you swimming anything else at trials?
Well, I would love to swim the 200 freestyle, but unfortunately it's the same day as the 200 IM, and I cannot do that double. So, we'll, I guess, keep training for freestyles and see how the season plays out, in the next 10 months. But I will swim the 100 freestyle as well.
There you go, relay possibilities.
Definitely.
Sixth place is just as good as first in that 100 free.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, freestyle events are usually very stacked. So you need 6 places to try to make the team in those events.
I understand you're also thinking about graduate school. What's the plan for that?
I am. I want to be a physician's assistant. So I actually applied. I submitted my application last week, which I was really excited to finally get that in. And I applied to 9 different schools all over the country. I'm from Ohio, so I applied some schools in the Midwest and even back east as far as like Boston and New York, as well as some California schools.
Well, speaking of Ohio, one of the teams you swam for briefly was Cincinnati Marlins, and just this past weekend they celebrated their 50th anniversary. Now, again, you only swam there for a brief time, but what was it like swimming for such a historic team?
Yeah, it is a very historic team. Has had a lot of great swimmers like Nate Dusine, Mary T, and it was. I was only there for probably 3 or 4 months, but it's definitely like the staple team in the area in Cincinnati, and even like the state of Ohio. It's very well respected, and I'm proud to say that I was a Marlin, even though it was only for a short time.
Now, your name's been thrown around the media a lot lately because the finalists for the NCAA Women of the Year were just named, and your former Arizona teammate Annie Chandler is now a finalist. And if she wins, she'll be the 4th Arizona female swimmer to win, and you were the first. Obviously there's something really good that's going on with that Arizona women's team. What is it about the team that cultivates such great women?
It's pretty crazy to think that there could possibly be 4 Arizona swimmers winning that award, because to me it's even better than the Heisman Trophy, in my opinion, just because it encompasses the whole person, not just your athletic accomplishments, but what you do in the classroom and in the community and your leadership and campus involvement. And honestly, I feel like it all goes back to Frank Bush and the culture that he tried to create at the Arizona program. And it's really awesome to be a part of the Arizona swimming legacy, and I think Annie definitely deserves that award with great grades and multiple national titles and a lot of service activities, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of other great athletes out there as well, but she definitely deserves it.
Well, you won in 2007. It's to me, I remember hearing about it. It seems like yesterday that you got that. I mean, what
Yeah.
are your memories of winning that award?
Well, the event is hosted in Indianapolis, which is only an hour from my hometown. So my parents got to go, and I remember my dad reading through the bios of the other girls, and my dad said, "You know what? I'm really proud of you for being here, but you're never going to win this award. Like, these girls have 4.0s, and they were multiple sports and did all these great things. Like, congrats for being a finalist, though." I was like, "Oh, thanks, Dad." And then I won. So it was really awesome, because there really are some amazing senior female athletes out there. And it was just a really big honor. And obviously my dad was really supportive of me, but knew that the competition was really steep as well. So it was really great.
Yeah, that is a great story. Well, you've got some more chances to add to your resume. Pan Am's next month, and hopefully we'll see you do really well Olympic trials, Whitney. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And again, congratulations on your wedding to Simon.
Thank you.
All right, that's Whitney Myers joining us in the Finis Monitor. That's going to do it for today's show. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.